heavens, no. Jules would be the last person that I would tell about what happened last night.
You think he won't understand, or...?
No. When he first found out about the incident, he was incredibly sweet and supportive. But he was also angry. He tried to get me to tell him who it was. But I didn't see the point, especially not now.
You think he'll make things worse?
I can't have him do something silly. Louis, too. You have to promise me that you won't breathe a word of this to either of them, okay?
I totally understand. And of course I won't.
You know, this morning when I woke up, I don't know, I just felt so different.
In a good way, right?
Confronting Ivan like that last night, I don't know how to explain it. On the one hand, it hasn't changed anything, but I also feel like everything has changed.
I know what you mean.
I didn't even know I was afraid of him, but I'm not afraid of him anymore. If you have some time later, I have some event ideas for Orchid Lady Society. Maybe I can pick your brain a little.
Sure. Hey. Here is the run sheet that Sherman came up with. There's a few key timings that we should take note of.
Okay, just forward it to my email.
You barely even looked at it.
I'm eating. I'll look at it later.
And why aren't you eating the chia seed gel that I made for you?
It tastes weird.
Kenneth, we agreed that you were going to cut down on your carbs.
Fine, fine.
Also, I wanted to ask you about your bachelor party.
I don't know the details, okay? Ajay or Louis or somebody else is organizing it.
Are they working on the budget? You should remind him not to go
I
overboard.
already told him, all right? Okay? I told him we don't have budget for this.
Because you're not Louis.
Don't worry. This will be the most budget bachelor party you've ever seen.
Good. Eunice is trying to sabotage the hotel booking.
But she obviously didn't think it through. I mean, you can't cancel the wedding and not have it affect the party, vice versa.
But the annual party is so important to Shelley's that I don't think she would try to jeopardize it.
On the other hand, it is her precious son, and it's Mum Eunice. Hey, Nina. Shh.
Hey. Hi.
Some okara munchies for you?
I heard you're planning Auntie Ananya's hen party.
And it's gonna be lit. That's what you kids nowadays say, isn't it?
Sure. Anyway, I thought maybe I should be the one planning it. It's a woman's job anyways.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Nina. I'm sure Ananya would appreciate that very much.
Yeah? Great.
Great.
I'll go get started.
Okay.
Yeah, bye. See you guys.
Bye.
See you.
So, we can't sabotage the wedding, but we can sabotage Kenneth's stag party instead.
I don't know. The word sabotage just doesn't sound like a very good thing.
It is when it's for a good cause. Trust me, I'm doing Ananya and Kenneth a favor.
I'm on to you. I had a sneaky feeling you'd try to pull a stunt like that.
I have no time for your guessing games, Derek. If you have something to say, spit it out.
I just got off the phone with the GM of a certain hotel. He told me that someone offered twice what KSUH is paying for the rental of the ballroom.
Oh? That will be the year-end party? Who would want to do such a thing?
Give it up, Eunice. You forgot I've got eyes and ears everywhere.
So you actually want Ananya to marry that man-child Kenneth?
If James is so dense, then we'll just have to settle this the old-fashioned way. I'm meeting a potential match for him today.
Are you drunk? After all you've put James through with Emily, you think he'll still give you the time of day?
I'm not gonna force him into anything, damn it. Let's just say I'm helping to play Cupid.
I think raising funds for a women's shelter is a great idea.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Is the Orchid Lady Society focusing on women this year? I used to volunteer at a shelter for women and children some years back. I gave tuition to the kids there.
Good for you.
Isn't that something the OLS maybe can consider, Auntie Celia?
We'll see.
Excuse me.
Is everything okay between you two?
Louis is just going through a phase. That's all it is. When he realizes that they're on a completely different stage in life, he'll see that he's just infatuated with Rosnani, nothing more.
Okay, well, I should get back to work. Got a meeting with Louis.
Okay, see you.
See you.
Celia, I'm scheduled for lunch with you. I don't remember this.
You know, you said you wanted Maxine to have a great stepmother.
Well, Celia.
I found someone just great for you. An old associate. You know, newly divorced, looking for love. Jimmy, I'm only doing what a good stepmother would do. I know it's sudden, but just give it a shot.
Fine. Who's this person?
Lydia Beck.
All right, I'll meet her. But Maxine needs to be a part of this.
Of course.
It is!
No way this is cold pressed juice.
Okay, have mine then.
All right. Much better.
You're so fussy sometimes.
Let me tell you something, Sarah. When you have a palate as refined as mine,
Please. If I gave you a blind taste test, you won't even be able to tell the difference at all.
let me take that back.
After you meet your supplier. And I want my drink back.
No, I like this cold pressed juice. No, you deserve
Give
the
me
fake
back
juice.
the
You are the fake one.
Come on, people. Give me an update on the site visit to the Impulse AI Robotics.
Hey, this is about the acquisition of the robotic surgery company, right?
Have you finished compiling the research I asked you to do about the paper industry in Indonesia?
Yeah, almost. I can finish
I'd
up.
rather you settle that first.
But I can take notes and maybe help brainstorm too.
Look, I'm glad you're taking the initiative, but I think you'll be a bit out of your depth here.
Yeah, that's why I want to learn.
Why don't you just focus on your research for now, right?
But
So Travis is 8 and Tracer is just turning 7.
She's the same age as Maxine. They'd get along really well, I can tell already, just by her taste in tiaras. Don't you think, Derek?
I'm sure. So, Lydia, I understand you stepped down as CEO of Travel Mundugo.
I'm still an advisor to the board.
Fantastic. Tell me more about that.
Sure.
Okay, you two talk business. I had to go. Bye.
where off you go?
It's okay, I'm used to it. Ever since Sheila found out that Louis and me are together, her attitude towards me has totally changed.
It must be tough for you.
She's just being a typical mother, protective of her son.
You know, I'm sure when she sees how happy you guys are together, she'll come around.
No need to try and make me feel better, Sarah. I'll never be good enough for the Shelleys, that's a fact.
What nonsense. You know, I'm gonna help you change Auntie Celia's mind. I will.
As you all know, I've been thinking hard about Orchid Lady Society calendar of events.
Rose, don't be shy. Come and join us.
Well, as I was saying, for our first fundraiser of the year, I propose that we raise funds for women's shelters. There's a social enterprise called Thrive. They sell lovely handmade accessories and work closely with victims of abuse. Let me show you. Well, I'll pass it around. They're just beautiful here. Aren't they stunning? Thrive provides these women with employment and a sense of purpose. We can have a fashion show to showcase their statement necklaces.
Isn't this what Jessica used to do with the Lux and all?
It won't be the same if the Orchid Lady Society members themselves are the models. If the point is empowering women, why not use ourselves as models instead of those unrealistically skinny young girls?
I like that idea.
Actually, it's Celia's idea.
Oh.
There's still headwinds for the travel industry, but with at least 15% revenue growth over the last 10 years, I'd say we're doing pretty well.
I think you're being extremely modest. I'd say you're doing excellent. Well, I better make myself scarce before James gets here.
It was very nice to catch up with you, Derek.
Likewise.
This must be Maxine.
Say hi to Auntie Lydia. Come on, you say hi. Okay,
It's
Hey,
okay.
Lydia.
Hey.
Okay, why don't you go and do your homework over there, and we're gonna have a meeting, all right?
Okay.
Okay, go.
Wow. No protests, no bargaining. You have to share your secret.
Yeah, you just got her on a really good day.
With my girl Tracer, everything ends up becoming a big negotiation. It's exhausting.
That sounds like she'll make a fine deal maker one day. You know, just like her mother.
Stop.
Just so you know, I didn't need you to speak out on my behalf just now. I'm perfectly capable of fielding my own questions.
I'm sorry, Celia. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. The idea just popped into my head.
It is a good idea, I'll give you that. I suppose we could use someone like you in the OLS, someone with a fresh perspective.
I'll join in if I can.
Well, I have to get back.
Well, it's been really nice catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Maxine.
I think my dad I want to go home.
Well, I have to pick Travis up from CCA anyway. Maybe we can do this again?
Of course.
Maybe I'll bring Tracer next time.
Yeah, she and Maxine could have a play date.
Yeah.
No, I don't want Auntie Lydia.
Maxine, I am so sorry. I'm sure she doesn't mean to say that.
I get it. Kids have no filter sometimes.
I want to go home.
Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, I'm sorry. It was nice seeing you again, Lydia.
Likewise. Bye, Maxine.
Sure, I'll check with them and see if I can send you the file ASAP. Yeah. That was the guy from Impulse AI Robotics, and they're looking for the latest version of some file.
All that finance and corporate stuff is just beyond me. Also, wedding planning isn't exactly my forte either.
He said they needed it ASAP, so I was thinking of letting Joseph know.
What can Joseph do? He's in the meeting right now anyway. If you really want to impress them, why don't you find out what the client wants and get it to them?
But I'm just an intern who's...
You can let that mindset hold you back if you want. Or you can take charge and show Shira and Joseph you have what it takes to be a member of the team.
I guess Joseph left his laptop here, so it shouldn't be that hard to find whatever they're looking for.
It's an open goal, Nathan. You can either score or regret not doing anything.
I wish I had better news to report, but there wasn't much of a spark.
That's unfortunate.
Believe me, I was hoping for something more myself.
I suppose these things can't be forced.
No, I can't.
Anyway, if you know of anyone in your circle who's on the market for a new husband,
You know, there might be someone from my MBA class. She's currently the CFO of a REIT. I'll sound her out to see if she's interested.
thanks, Lydia. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice chatting with you.
Yeah, likewise. Bye,
See ya.
Derek.
Shame on you. Jimmy is not some piece of meat that you can auction to the highest bidder.
He told you he wanted to remarry, right? I'm just helping him cast his net wide.
Why do you insist on controlling his life?
Nonsense. When Lydia Bake told me that she didn't feel a spark with James, I literally told her these things can't be forced.
That obviously isn't the issue you were forcing. You know, your wide net somehow only includes CFOs and CEOs. What makes you think that Jimmy wants that?
Don't be naive, Celia. Of course that's what he wants. We're Shelley's. We have to maintain certain standards. Anyway, since James is going to get a new wife, he might as well get an upgraded model. One that's going to yield dividends in the near future.
A spouse is not just an investment that you flog off when you get something with better returns. Well, I suppose that's how it is for you, isn't it?
What? It's the truth.
Okay, Dad, this is an intervention.
Don't be so bloody dramatic, the two of you.
You claim to want to help James, that you have his interests at heart, but you're just reverting to your old manipulative ways.
Rubbish.
And because of that, James just doesn't know what love is. And it's your fault he feels like he doesn't deserve to be with Ananya.
Not that crap again.
You're a user, Derek. You've always been. Just like how you married me for whatever stupid agenda you had and tossed me aside as soon as you found somebody else more useful.
Celia.
I don't care to hear whatever feeble defense you have made up just to convince yourself you're right.
You and your foolish, romantic, idealistic notions of marriage. Marriages are mergers. They produce synergies that strengthen families.
Yeah, says the guy with 2 divorces under his belt.
And more importantly, they ensure that good genes are passed down to the next generation to ensure the family's legacy. Of course, sometimes it's hit and miss. Case in point.
Don't look at me. My genes are perfectly fine.
Okay, maybe James and Emily were a mistake. But Maxine has proved that good can come out of a strategic marriage. She's bright, she's inquisitive, and one day she'll make a fine business leader.
Yes, you're right, Dad. She's bright, I'll give you that. But maybe it's because she's not even a real Shelley. You heard me. Your precious granddaughter, your only grandchild, actually isn't a Shelley. Don't believe me? Why don't you ask Mummy Eunice? Or better yet, ask James himself.
I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I'll update you later, Shira.
Hey, is everything okay?
Apparently, Impulse AI Robotics got their hands on a document that was meant for internal reference only.
Internal reference?
When acquiring a company, we usually have 2 sets of numbers. First set is what we want to pay for, which is what we offer them. Second set is what we think they're actually worth. The bigger the difference between the 2 sets of numbers, the more bang we get for our buck.
So, you're saying that someone sent them the wrong set of numbers?
Now they're threatening a call off deal unless we revise the terms of our initial offer.
Whatever it is, Nathan, it'll have to wait.
It was me. I was the one who sent the files to Impulse AI Robotics. The team was in a meeting and the client said they needed it urgently, so...
So you thought you were being helpful?
I didn't think it was a big deal.
But now, do you realize that it was, in fact, a big deal? A huge deal?
Yeah.
Do you realize that you have single-handedly potentially screwed up a deal worth hundreds of millions of dollars?
I'm so sorry,
I know you think you were just taking initiative or trying to impress the team, but you're an intern. You don't get to deal directly with clients, and for good reason. You don't need to bear any of the responsibilities. We do. Now get back to work.
Not fired?
Not yet. But I hope you learned something from today.
Yeah.
I can't believe Jimmy knew about this all these years and still stuck around. and treated her like his own.
Well, you know you, Jimmy. Mr. always does the right thing.
So who's the father then? You know who it is, don't you?
But apparently Em had a fleeting encounter with someone and James didn't care to know who it was. I guess to him it doesn't matter.
Because Maxine was always going to be his daughter.
Yep.
All these years you've known, and you never thought to tell me. You played me for the fool.
When I found out, you and Maxine were already so close. Last thing I want is for her to lose that relationship.
How little you think of me, Eunice.
You are the reason why James kicked Ella out when he found out that she wasn't a Shelley.
That's different.
It's the same.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Just tell me who the damn father is.
I don't know who he is. I've told you it's a one-off thing.
One-off? And the affair with Hawk. Emily has a lot to answer for.
Thank you.
So you all are not going to the KXOH party?
Madeline doesn't want. She knows about people are going to ask when we are going to have kids.
Why have to bother about all these people? It's none of their business.
Trust me, Ma, these people are rich, bored, and have nothing better to do than to gossip. They're basically professional capos. Good call to steer clear.
Aiya, don't worry, okay? One day you and Magdalena will have your own child. Just be patient.
I know.
My first ever payday, and I barely earned it.
Are you feeling guilty? Stop, okay? KSUH is a mega corporation. If anything, they're underpaying you. Hey, is this how you're going to win Caitlin back? Want me to kick you in the butt? Okay. Out with it.
I'm not going to Perth.
Why?
I don't think I can win Caitlin back.
Nate, come on. Is it because you saw that guy in a video?
If I go all the way to Perth just to find out that he's Caitlin's boyfriend, I'm gonna look like such a loser.